Good evening, everybody. Sorry about the delay there. How is everybody doing tonight? How are we doing? Hopefully, you guys are having a wonderful day. It's been a crazy day on the YouTube streets. If you've been on them at any point in time today, you have probably seen something a little crazy going on. But but it is Thursday, January the 2nd. I always have to look at my watch every time. Never fails because I thought it was the 3rd all day today, but it's not. It's just the 2nd. So happy New Year. If I haven't seen you yet this year, we've only done one live, so you haven't missed too much. Just don't miss any more. But welcome in, everybody. I see everybody's in the chat, and it's so good to see you guys. And it's good to see Ladybug and Mary Beth and Mott's are here. They're here and they're ready to go. You haven't been on YouTube today? Oh, Mary Beth, bless your heart. Oh yeah, child. The streets are lit. I didn't even know where to start. I wasn't going to cover Sebastian's case tonight. I was going to do Piketon Massacre, but it was like I've been in so many chats, but I wasn't in any chat long enough, it seems like, to quite grasp what was going on in each chat. I mean, it's been crazy. Actually, I would say the last 2 days have been pretty crazy. So I thought we would just kind of I'll tell you what I know. You could tell me what you all know. We're going to do the Cliff Note version, and we're just going to kind of explain it to each other because it's nuts. It's almost to the point where if I don't catch up, it's going to be too far crazy, and then we'll never be able to talk again about it. And that's the truth, because that's what happened with Summer Wells's case. That little girl, poor little girl, still it's not been found. And wasn't here when her case came about, but I know that a lot of people, they stopped covering it once it got to a certain point of crazy. They were just like, no more, So I hope that, other people aren't like that, but it does happen. And hello, Open Minds Perspectives. Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. It's so good to see you guys. Feels like it's been a while since I've been online, like with y'all, but it hasn't. It's only been one day. I think it's because I haven't been doing the day lives like I normally do. But tonight we're going to talk just like over a little bit of everything. And hey, Aries, Penn State, is that your go-to team now? I was trying to find you the other night when I think you came in there like right at the end of the live during the Ohio State game. So I did check on the docket for Betty, just to make sure things are on the uppity up. At first, I was getting really nervous because she does have like 3 out of the 4 open cases that she has. They have a date of, I think it's 2/26. Let me double check. Yeah. And it's a final hearing, and it says hearing date 2/26/2025. And I'm going through them, and I'm like, oh no, they didn't give her another continuance. Like, please tell me they didn't. We've been waiting too long. But they haven't. So as of right now, still, she is supposed to be in court on the 8th for a criminal hearing and a motions hearing. Now we'll see if she shows up. Now she better show up, because she don't show up, that's Tony's money. He's out. He's the one that put up the bond for her, or the bail, or I guess it'd be bond through the bondsman. So yeah, she better show up. Hey, Jude. So I figured we'd just be kind of nosy and look at some stuff tonight. I did I did want to go maybe over a little bit of Queen Bee's live. I'm not sure yet. I listened to it earlier today, and I just could not believe what I was listening to. I was like sitting on the edge of the bed. I was trying to get up to like go do some cleaning, and I'm like, couldn't stop staring at the iPad. I was like, what am I hearing? So we haven't covered Sebastian's case probably for like a week or so. And that's a long time in Sebastian times, so we've missed out on a lot. I'm sure I'm going to miss some things, but whatever I miss, I'm sure you'll help fill me in on it. I went to Twitter because that's usually where I go to find anything to do with this case. I usually start there because I like to start with the Nick the Hat and SF tweets. I don't know why. They're usually always tweeting something at each other. And so I usually start there and just see where the craziness is going to take me for that day. Now, there's been panels being held morning, noon, and night. So literally morning, noon, and night on this case. So there's never a lack of content, I guess you could say. But a lot of the stuff that's being talked about, other than maybe like 1, 2 little things, it's just redundancy. It's just things that have already been talked about over and over and over and over. And I don't even know if the people that are bringing light to the tragedy pimps, that's what you want to call them, are if they're even doing a service. I mean, for Sebastian, at this point, I think they're doing a disservice because they're bringing more light to an already, horrific group of people. In my opinion, those plaintiffs on those documents for Pennsylvania, in my opinion, all of them, they need to be defendants. But that's neither here nor there. So let me pull this up. Hey, One Shot, how are you? It's on the 2nd year anniversary of September. Maybe, yeah. Wow, I didn't even think about that. One Shot. Yeah. Do you think they're going to do something to her? I hope that they do. I don't want to send anyone to jail. I'd hate to send someone to jail, but it's different in this case because of the fact that she has already been told by a judge to stop. You don't know these people, he said to her. You don't know, you act like you don't even know them. And every single day, she has talked about Sebastian and his family. And particularly when it's bad, something bad, it's Chris and Katie. Something good, it's towards Seth. And that's just how it is. Point blank, period. There's teams, there's sides. That's just how it is. I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle, I feel like. I'm in the middle anyway. But I hope one day they are defendants. So I'm thinking they may give her some jail time. I was thinking 10 days, but maybe it'll be 10 days per person. I don't know. That seems like a lot. But this ain't her first time. But then again, it is like her first time in a court. So I guess there's no room for gray area in this. They're going to have to be like black and white with it. I mean, there's going to have to be laws that are they're going to have to implement new laws for missing people, their families, because their family members do reach out to social media as an outlet because we're closer, I think, to reach almost. That's what people think. Like we're easier to get a hold of than, let's say, News Nation. So they go to like smaller stations or smaller channels like first. With this case, it just blew up so big, and then Betty saw it growing and growing and growing. So then, halfway through, she decided, oh, let me jump in on that. And we all know that's what it was. And that's what they should bring up. Why wasn't she working this since day one? Why hasn't she actually went out there and searched once, ever? When has she laced up them snake boots, went out there and looked for Sebastian? Not one time. So like the judge is going to ask her these questions. I hope he does. I hope he does. Like, how many times have you been here to search for Sebastian? And she's going to lie. She'll say, oh, I was here like 4 or 5 times. And I would be like, I want proof because we know you record everything. So where's the proof? You record your way driving here. She was driving and everything in the car. But yeah, so she is going to court 1/8 at 9 a.m. So we'll be here for that. I've got like so many windows open, but not any that I need. So let's go over to SF's Instagram. We'll just start there because SF's put some stuff out. Nick, of course, has put some stuff out. At Night's put stuff out. I mean, I don't know what to even say about it. I don't even know what to say about any of it. So Bruce Castor, I believe he's a junior, isn't he? Let me look this up for us. Okay. This guy here. This is who the plaintiffs, Nick, Seth, Tony, At Night, Brittany J, Mr. and Mr. E, Crimecast or whatever their names are. Are they? I don't think they're in it, actually. I don't think they're in it. They're not, are they? Julia. I'm trying to think of all of them. Well, they were banking on this guy being their lead attorney. Like Lesniak was their attorney, but I think that they were putting all of their cards in his pocket over here, this guy. Well, come to find out, Bruce Castor, who's like, I guess he was one of Donald Trump's lawyers, he's not their attorney. He never was their attorney. No one told him that. I mean, because he has his name signed on, his name is like on the paperwork. But this ain't looking good. If, SF is able to get like letters saying that I am not working with these people, then so let me find the note. Okay. These are all, he has 3 of these, man. He doesn't have these like put very well. So let me see. I want to make sure we don't miss any of them. Because he said he wrote them 3 times. Okay. So he shares this one and he sends it to Mr. Castor and Mr. Lesniak. And you can see just redacted his email or something. But it says on November 12th, 2024, you sent me an email contained in this thread stating that the Office of Judicial Support accepted the filing you attached, which was a defective motion for leave to amend in order to add me as a defendant. The motion did not include the proposed amended complaint. Additionally, the filing on the docket does not contain a proposed amended complaint. I have emailed both of you multiple times seeking clarification on this filing and on Mr. Castor's status as legal counsel in this case. As you are aware, At Night Media and other plaintiffs have publicly used Mr. Castor's former positions as Attorney General and Donald Trump's lawyer to claim that I would be thrown in jail for RICO charges. And they did say that. And people, and that's what people have been saying. And you throw around big names like that, SF's pretty smart, you know what I mean, to figure it out. But there are people out there that are going to take this at face value and be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go to jail. I'm going to go to prison. Like, I'm going to be in so much trouble. We're just getting lucky here because the people that they're trying to sue aren't backing down. So as of right now, because they're like in the state, if they try to maybe, sue somebody out of state, that might not work out so well for them. To date, I have not received any response from either of you. If I do not receive a response to this correspondence, I intend to file a formal complaint against both of you with the disciplinary board on Monday morning. He wants to know what's going on. And then he did write, I'll have to go back down through there, but he did write him back. So I'll just go up and then go back down. Let me see if I can open this and make it. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. I can make it a lot bigger. I know. I'm like, okay, I got it a little bit bigger for us. There we go. Okay. So, actually, just too much it was too much. I can usually blow it up right there too, which is really nice. So it says, gentlemen, he was not giving up. As I previously warned, and I'm telling you, when I'm telling you people are using Bruce Castor's name, I mean, they were using it all over the place, like they just were. He says, I filed a detailed complaint with the disciplinary board of the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania regarding your actions in case CV 2024. And I'm not sure if this will matter, but the case number is 2024-009083. I know it by heart. It's that's bad that I know it by heart, but I do. So I don't know if the 2 zeros before the 9 is going to matter or not. But I should tell him that. But currently pending in the Court of Common Pleas of Delaware County, Pennsylvania. Because how sometimes you could take certain this say the CV, sometimes people will leave that part off and that's not what it really starts with. It starts with the 20, but I did see that. So, and welcome in everybody. We're just getting caught up over here. If you're just now joining us, we're getting caught up on all of the madness that is the people surrounding the case of Sebastian Rogers. Try to make that sound that didn't sound very good, but there's a lot of stuff going on out there right now. So it says, as you're both aware, I am a pro se defendant named in the motion for leave to amend filed with the court on November 6, 2024. As a pro se defendant, I am entitled to the same professional standards and courtesies afforded to counsel representing parties. Unfortunately, I have not received that level of professionalism or courtesy in this matter. It has come to my attention, as well as the internet's, oh my gosh. It has come to my attention, as well as the internet's, through email sent by Mr. Castor to other counsel, that he explicitly stated that he is not counsel to plaintiffs in this case, as alleged in the injunction and complaint, but rather represents Mr. Chapin in a matter in Texas. Despite my specific request for clarification, I was not informed of this crucial distinction. Furthermore, I must address the failure of Mr. Lesniak to act on Mr. Castor's demand to notify the court, counsel, and litigants of Mr. Castor's non-involvement in this case. This failure has now resulted in the defamatory campaign led by your plaintiffs, including Andrew Griffin, Julia Valente, and Brittany Nicole Jackson. These individuals are falsely claiming, among other things, that I forged the emails from Mr. Castor. They claim Mr. Castor is still counsel to plaintiffs and I've committed a felony by forging Mr. Castor's emails and further acted criminally by disseminating the forged emails. No, y'all didn't. No, you guys didn't. No, you guys didn't. You said that he was forging emails. You think he's that stupid? I mean, even if you don't like the guy, right? Even if you're not a big fan of SF, the dude ain't gonna forge a damn document just to prove a point. I can see it now. Y'all, that's a lie. That's a lie. Hold on a second. I'm calling Nick. And then we got Skid Row, and I don't even know how to do Andres. Which one is she? I mean, she comes out to be like 3 different people, characters. And Julia, I've never really heard her. So that's all I got for you. Wow. Julia Valente even alleged that she had a 45-minute phone call with Mr. Castor's paralegal, who purportedly confirmed that Mr. Castor is counsel for the plaintiffs. Did anybody play that? Did she play the call? Does anyone know that? Call Nick. I'm about to. This was SF wrote this to Mr. Castor and Mr. Lesniak. Gentlemen, he's It's I mean, like, you sound like me. You sound like an ass, and that sounds like something I would do. I'm not scared of these people, though. I don't know, I'm just not. I'm not scared of anybody, actually. The only thing I'm scared of is stink bugs. That's the only thing. Stink bug, I'll be out of the way. I mean, I'm made of metal. Julie Valente, okay, we already read that part. So she also claimed I fell for the bait, suggesting this is yet another theological, sorry, I can't say that very good, act we have come to expect. I have attached a couple of her screenshots as evidence because she is, in fact, a actress, right? How many people do we have in this case that have been actresses or actors? Others have openly discussed the matter of forged emails during live broadcasts on YouTube. The plaintiffs discussed decision to publicly comment and share these details effectively waives any claim to attorney-client privilege regarding these issues. I am documenting this now as it will undoubtedly need to be addressed during discovery. As both you know, this is untrue. Yet, because there has been no official clarification to the court, counsel, or litigants, including me as the pro se defendant, the misinformation continues to damage my reputation. I also note that while I was electronically served by Mr. Lesniak's office with the amended filing, no effort was made to clarify Mr. Castor's actual role. Filing a formal complaint is not a step I take lightly or one I wanted to pursue. However, given the circumstances and the ongoing harm caused by the lack of proper communication and clarification, I felt compelled to proceed with this action, and so I have. Also, if they could just vet check, just check your sources, vet everybody. I mean, that's all you got to do. I think people get so hung up on something being new in this case, and they have to run with it, that there's no fact checking. There's no sleuthing anymore. That's gone. That's gone. That's gone. No one sleuths. No one does any research. What else is it? There's, people show up for it. Like, I could literally probably have dinner with y'all, clean my house, weave a blanket, and y'all, and not even talk to y'all, not even say anything to y'all. And you probably also hang out with me. You would, I bet. You're like, no, we wouldn't. So, let's see what else has been on. I want to say on this before I get on the other thing, because there's a lot. Which tab are we on? Okay. Let's go back. I'm just going back to and then here's where it just shows, Bruce Castor is their lawyer. So, his name is on the paperwork. So you can't say that his name's not on the paperwork. It sure is. Now, I wonder if I didn't look, and I could pull up the injunction. Actually, it's on a different computer. But I wonder if he signed at the bottom. Normally, like, at the bottom of your, like, court paper, like, well, you guys don't know, but during, like, usually at the bottom of court papers, there's a signature line. And you sign it. I'm wondering if they sign that. Actually, you know what? I do have it. I have it, I think. Because I'm curious to know if he actually signed this thing. Okay. Okay, so no, it doesn't look like it. I went to the bottom. So it looks like Hong here, Joseph Lesniak. Why the hell is he on here? Yeah, it looks like they didn't even, like, leave a page to sign. on this one. So this is the one that was what, 80 some pages. And then there was another one, the new petition. And that would have been for barbecues. But it has his name right here. First class postage. So, I mean, they're sending stuff to his office. Why is he not like answering? And I mean, yeah. Knock, knock, you know? And thank you guys all for being here. I appreciate it. If you guys don't mind just taking a second, hit the like button for your girl. It really helps me out. Helps the channel out. Okay. So I think what we're going to do is we'll go back over here for a minute, and then I think I'm going to play a little bit of the live from earlier today. Oh yeah, and Jimmy Carter died the other day, and I forgot to say something about that. I felt so bad when I heard that. His wife had just passed, what, like a year ago? And then I saw this, December 30th, the number 225 is cursed for several reasons. What are your reasons, Nick? Let's see. Did anyone comment? Did you know that 225 is the least winning lottery number in the pick 3? Nope, didn't know that. Prayer, Nick. Last proof, if life. JLR. Like, I mean, like, are these people just taking guesses out of thin air? Paper planes. I'm about to put that in there. Like, I mean, seriously, what are y'all on? To be living this delusional life for the last year. We're going towards a year. What? He didn't even ask for prayer, Nick. Last proof, if life. What? Secret person, you need to stop. You need to stop. Everything's gonna be okay. Well, I guess they're just talking about that. I'm not really interested in Benjamin Franklin, but we'll see what else he has on here. Just bring him home or fess up. It's that simple. It's not, though, Nick, because those are not all the possibilities, Nick. Like, there are so many different things that could happen that don't even involve the parents. In my opinion, I don't think they had anything to do with it, but that's just my opinion. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But I think they've all acted a little out of character, and that's for the most part, it's expected, but some of the stuff that's come out has been off the wall, non-expected, should have never came out ever. But we can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. I don't know why people want to be the first to be putting something out. So he made this little video here. This is of somebody. So white boy lockdown radio, I guess, had called Nick's parole officer and did it like on a live stream. And he wants to point fingers at, look at them over here. Don't look at me over here. That I've been fudging this whole case up since I stepped foot on the ground in September, October. I've been doing nothing but going into chats, putting emojis, suing people, and putting in injunctions, trying to elevate people in the true crime community that don't need to be elevated because they're not true crime, and stop telling them they're that because you're making them to have a big head. It's just, I mean, it's you too, Nick. It's all of y'all. There's not just one person or two people or three people that are involved in all of this. It's every single person that y'all watch that covers this case. Except for me, I promise y'all. But I'm telling you, there are this side and there are this side, and you can see the sides. If you sit back and you look in the chat and you just look, you see. I mean, I've even been in chats where everybody was getting along and loving somebody. And then all of a sudden, the person said something like offhanded and like didn't mean to, or like, misworded something. And the whole chat just turned and like went after that person. I'm like, I'm good on that. That's why I don't even try to go into people's chat anymore. Like I used to. I just try to stick by myself because it's sad. And it's sad that you can't go into chats and chat because you're worried that people are going to take your words and, twist them into something that they're completely not. When all you did was say, "Hey, what's up?" So he says they take tweets from Dog and others. Like, can you call him by his first name? Does he have to go by Dog? Like, I mean, I would say Dwayne. I don't know. You're a grown man calling someone Dog. I don't know. So they call the PA Parole live on YouTube, treating freedom like a talk show. Treating freedom like a talk show. I know a lot of people on your side that have a talk show. To falsely claim that I'm engaging in very, very disturbing online behavior. You are engaging in extremely disturbing behavior online. They continue to lie. I have a question, man. There's very concerning online behavior online, including threatening people and involving law enforcement. This individual streamed the entire call live. If you had genuine intentions, you would comply with Pennsylvania law and inform the government agency representative of your intentions to broadcast the call live and obtain their explicit consent before proceeding. That's word salad for, oh man, you got me. That's what that is. Well, he shouldn't have done that. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't have called no one's parole officer. That's just me. Whether it was Nick's or anybody's. I don't do that. I don't do real life like that. But apparently there are people out there that will. That will. And I'm not saying I didn't watch it, and I'm not saying I didn't think that it was a little funny at times. Just for the fact that he does all those parodies, it makes me laugh. Oh, and then this one was look at this. Every day I ask myself if it was even worth it. My last video about the case where I had the freedom to express my voice and opinions formed based on facts and critical thinking was published on September 10th. What? No, you just did a video. Wait. Well, I know I ain't losing time like that. I know I'm not losing time like that. Didn't we just watch a video over there? 8 days ago. Wait, hold on a second. He's a freaking... Yeah, it was him in his house. The only difference is he's not outside. Happy New Year. Look, 8 days ago. 9 products he's got attached. Don't even want to know what he's selling. I don't even want to know. But yeah. And the thing is, people will read this and they wouldn't even think about that. They just keep on reading. Oh, Nick's doing a great job. That day marked a turning point. I've been silenced ever since. No, you haven't. You were up on Seth's panel talking about Sebastian just like recently. What are you talking about? You're on Twitter every single minute of the day. Where is Hong? I want to know. I want proof of life for Hong. They're rallying to impose the same restrictions on me as vile child predators. What? No one's done that. With the sole exception that I won't be subject to Megan's Law, I've diligently followed and continue to follow legal advice to the T, including this post. Doubt that. However, they persist in attempting to build a case based on smoke and mirrors. Who? Who? Who is building a case? A case for what? Like, I mean, literally. They are attempting to build a case. Like, can you help us out there, Nick, with the case? Like the case part? Who's the victim? Who's the perpetrator? What's going on? What are they trying to do? They're trying to make you to be the bad guy? I genuinely wish I could speak again. Isn't he speaking right now, me reading this? I wish I could share more information because it wouldn't create division, but unity. Okay, yeah, we don't want any of your lies. I'm just going to sell it like it is. I don't want to hear any of your damn lies. I'm in 2025. There's a no filter. By the way, Tanya. Yeah, there's no filter, Tanya. No more filter because people like this, they broke me. you done broke Tanya's filtered voice. Like he does not have any more information than my damn dog does. Okay, I can wake up O'Reilly or Mia Grace right now and I can ask them, "Where's Sebastian? What happened to Sebastian?" And they would look at me like, "We don't know, lady." And that's as much information as Nick has. Like, I mean, it's as simple as that. People that fill in these chats, like they just fill them all in. They think they're going to hear something. No YouTuber is going to find Sebastian. I'm just going to tell you. I'm sorry. I don't think it. I don't think me streaming this every night from the comfort of my home is going to find Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. I just don't. And that's why we don't do it every night. But there are people that do. And those people, it needs to stop. It needs to come to an end. Because they're not advocating for a little boy or a teenager. They're fighting and causing drama. And then if Sebastian were, this is what I want people to know. If Sebastian were to watch any of those videos that the plaintiffs have put out, would he be proud of them? Would he say, wow, these people really cared about me? Do you think that listening to a panel fighting all damn day, every single day from sun up to sundown is going to make him feel proud? And to those people, I mean, that's the question I have for you. Why? Why don't you put out something of substance? Like, I also beg you, try one other case. Every creator, just one other case this week. What is today? It's Thursday. It's almost the weekend. You can get them in by the weekend. Yeah, he'd be so ashamed. Like when I hear it, I get more and more upset about it because it's just he's not trying to bring unity. This guy right here is not. He's trying to freaking jump on a case because he wants to be somebody. He's always wanted to be somebody. But apparently we know who he is. He's a guy that likes to write racist emails about representatives and send them out to people. That's the true Nick. That's him. He just got caught. It says it would bridge the divide that's currently making this search resemble a miniature version of the Civil War. This search, you're not searching. You haven't searched not one time. Nick, you can't leave Pennsylvania. I wish that each YouTuber or YouTube creator would follow not my example, but that of the many who use their platforms for good. They make sacrifices to advocate for what they believe is right. Yeah, we do. You know what our sacrifices are a lot of times? The numbers, the people, be able to get, bring awareness, because you got to have the people to bring the awareness. So that's true. Yeah. I wish creators would use their influence not for personal gain. Do you want to go talk to your team? But to support what's best for their community. But I know this is wishful thinking, as platforms reward those chasing views over integrity. Oh my good. Does this sound like anybody? What? Nick, this is you and your team. They don't celebrate creators who act with conscience. They don't. They uplift the rats who are eager to keep their noses in the trough for popularity. And yes, and that is your freaking team, Nick. They will do anything to crawl, climb, scratch, all of it. I mean, look what they just put themselves into. Legal injunctions. There's 10 or 12 people in this injunction. And all of them are using their influence for personal gain. They all have YouTube channels. Like, what are you talking about? They don't celebrate creators, act with conscience. They uplift rats. Okay, I already read that part. Sorry. Make no mistake, these are the real detractors from the platform's potential. If we succeed in promoting positive change, expect pushback aimed at undermining our efforts. Content creation is about anticipating reactions, planning ahead, and countering negativity with positivity. No, it's not. It's not any of those things. Content creation is what you make of it. The ultimate influencer is a master of strategy, calm and composed like a statesman. Yeah, because statesmen, they're pretty calm and composed. Always one step ahead. They carefully craft their responses, not just reacting to the noise, but shaping the conversation. What conversation are you having? Like every conversation, every time I hear you talk, it's drama. Like, granted, I don't know why Brittany's on there, but granted, yeah, he made the phone call. He did. He called your probation officer, parole officer. Sorry, parole. That must suck. But you've been digging into people left and right. I mean, and we all know you have. We know you have. Damn, I wouldn't be surprised if you tried to dig into me and shoot. Go ahead, because you're going to waste your money on that. They've made so much money off of Misty. Yeah. Like so much. It's ungodly. Like it makes me like really upset. Then, and this is why I get upset, because people come into to these cases, and I've been saying this. We can go way back to maybe April, maybe March. It's probably April. And I was telling you back then, people are bringing their own damn feelings into this, their own personal traumas, and they're putting their self as little boy Sebastian or little girl Sebastian. You know what I mean? And they're just bringing their personal feelings into this case. And the subscribers are doing it just as much as the creators. And the creators are egging it on because they know that them subscribers are feeling that way. So they're playing on people's feelings. I'm just being real. I'm just being correct with it, so that they can all make some money. You'll notice, you'll notice, just nobody goes live at the same time anymore, but there's always somebody live. It's weird. It's weird. I'll call it out. I'll be the first to do it. It's weird to me. You can wake up at 8 a.m. and and I'll fall asleep like after midnight. People are still on. Like there are so many people, kids, we could be talking about. I love bringing, the I like bringing the conversation, Sebastian or with Sebastian's case. Sebastian doesn't even really have a case right now. We don't know what's going on. But it's like people that give you factual information about this case, those chats are not going to fill. People that are starting drama, especially people that are starting a true crime live and then stopping midway through and then starting a drama stream is just more of a chef's kiss to me. I just, you just make us proud. Make us proud. Now, today, with that being said, there was, she came on my panel one time. Her name is UA Crimson Tide. From what I'm hearing, and we're going to listen to a little bit of it tonight, on Queen's Live, because I was listening to it earlier and I couldn't grasp all of it. It was just a lot going on. But apparently she had recorded a phone call between Bobby, the neighbor, herself, and Stephen Crabtree. And so she didn't tell Stephen or anything I think she told him that she recorded the call, but she didn't tell him that she was going to release it to Jay is for Justice to put it out. So Jay got it. And this is what I think, this is what I'm guessing, educated guess here, is she gave the video to Jay because she doesn't have a channel. Jay put it up on her page, I think it was her second channel. And they reviewed through the videos. They reviewed through them, I think, for like 3 or 4 nights. I didn't watch the lives personally. I just didn't watch those ones. But I usually catch like some, of Jay's lives. I like going into her lives. But that one in particularly, I just didn't catch that one or those days. And it's probably because I was taking like a little bit of a breather. Like I just wasn't trying to watch anything with Sebastian's name into it because it's just a bunch of yelling back and forth. And I don't agree with it, especially when it's under the guise of a missing child, but so UA recorded the call. She gave it to Jay. Jay put it out. And I guess a lot of people were upset with that. You're going to kind of see what I mean when I say like people will change, like turn like quick, really quick on this app. I don't even know if Queen Bee is on on whenever they're talking right here, because I was so into this earlier. I was like literally sitting on the edge of my bed just like listening. I was dumbfounded because I couldn't believe what I was hearing. It's like just when you think shit couldn't get more deep, get out the waiters. Really, like we need more than waiters at this point. We need stilts and then waiters. Like, it's just crazy. So I don't know if I have this on the exact moment I wanted it, but we'll see. I wanted it to come up like whenever JP comes up, because that's when it gets wild. That's when it gets spicy. And I even said that in the chat. I did. I don't know JP. I don't know JP from anybody, but they say this is a trait of autism, being very direct and wanting people to be very direct with you. And I am one of those people that I do better when people are direct with me. Don't sugarcoat things. I don't got time to listen to, why you ate a peach today. Just, if you ate a peach, just say, hey, I ate a peach. Don't tell me, like the whole story about how the peach grew and all that stuff. So, and I just wanted to hear what Voices had to say too, because I think that's when I like kind of came in. So we'll listen to this. I'm going to drop this in the this link into the chat if you guys want to watch the whole live. It's a long one, but it was definitely spicy. It was definitely spicy today. Let me put this in there before I forget. And let me know if you guys saw this, because it was pretty spicy. I was like, woo. Rita, you're right. You're right. You know, I'm like literally one of maybe 5 channels, I feel like, that cover other cases. We actually read through the cases we covered last year, and I couldn't believe how many we actually covered. Oh, she said that one shot. See, I just thought it was more of like she had like a crush or something on him. You know what I mean? That's what I thought. And like she like wanted to feel like important, because I mean, if you asked me a question right now and I needed to ask SF to get an answer, I would literally just go to Twitter and write him, and he would answer me right, you know, when he saw it. Like, so I think that's what I think she like wanted to be a part of something. She got excited to be a part of something. I don't know. I just know that if you go into one true crime case and you get so deep into it that, you know, you're crying, you can't eat, you know, you can't sleep, like that's all you're thinking about, maybe don't do another true crime or another like another missing case right away. You know, maybe take some time for yourself, breathe, go to the beach if there's one near you. Hell, I mean, go wherever. Just, it does feel good to get offline and not be out searching for something, just like to be doing something for yourself. Let me see where this is at right here.
Well, I'm trying to like not.
By the way, I will say that asking a law firm, I believe, asking an office if they represent someone's not attorney-client privilege, but
yeah, I mean, that's not breaking attorney-client privilege.
Still not something I would say people should do, but it's not attorney-client privilege.
Betty's the one that put it out there, honestly, and there
I didn't
was
mean to do
no
a sleep
like
timer.
she's putting it out there, and you know, it was very like very questionable because there was a lot of time in between that where it didn't have a, you know, the receipt that was shown and alleged to be proof of that didn't have anything actually like showing what it was for or who it was for.
But were you donating to her?
No.
So why would you take it upon yourself to call someone's attorney? Like, again, like that has nothing
And they're
to
talking about Betty.
do with you or.
And it says Queen was blamed for calling the lawyer. Wow.
Has nothing to do with finding Sebastian. So why are you reaching out to someone's, you know, supposed attorney's office?
I don't know. The only reason I really give a fuck about it is because I got blamed for it.
I would be mad. I didn't hear this part.
I don't know how you would have gotten blamed for it. Like,
I get blamed for every fucking thing. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Because they're in active litigation against each other.
I didn't even know you. Didn't know you called. Had no idea that she was with the guy. I had no fucking idea. But yeah, I got blamed. I got blamed for making that call. I got blamed for that supposedly I allegedly paid the person that made that call. I didn't know it was you, but yeah.
I just called to verify if what was being said was accurate.
With what?
That's it. Like with what she was saying was truthful because she, you know, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I just, that's why I said that's the only reason why I really cared to, you know, hear you answer that, because I didn't know. I didn't know that.
I mean, are you going to call Queen's attorney to make sure that her attorney's representing her in Betty's case?
Well, somebody already has.
Wow.
That wasn't you, was it?
No.
Okay. I mean, yeah, we've definitely had fucktards call mine, so I know. Hold on, there's a JP in the back, and it's not our JP. So, what's up?
It's me.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say it's like a white dot. Usually, your picture comes up, so I was like, "This ain't our JP." Come on.
No, it's StreamYard. I don't know what StreamYard.
Okay, so JP is a creator on the platform. Just to give you fair warning, she's very straight to the point. She gives a lot of time for, you know, explanations and stuff before she's like, okay, I just need a yes or no.
did. It made me like sign in again and everything.
Yeah, it's being weird. Mine did the same thing. I didn't have any dot there either.
Yeah, it's freaking super weird. Crimson. Okay,
Mhm.
well, first, can you drop a link? Voices wanted a link in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you didn't pin it.
No, I know I didn't pin it.
I
My
just
fingers were cold and I forgot about it.
I
I'll
want
go do it now.
that first. And then Crimson, I have a question for you. Were you the same one that was on the news interview with Riley Strain?
Oh, somebody just said that with the hold on, this is what they said.
Yeah, there's a link for it in the
I just seen that somebody said they sent me an email and it's something about a news thing. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Really?
Yeah, there's a link for it in Discord. Is that you?
Yeah.
Oh, is that okay? I
that
don't think
was
it was
a-
actually.
That is something that I was asked to do and did not want to do, and I mean, it's been used by, weaponized by, people like TikTok Tony and everyone.
Is that how you? Okay, so that's how they tried to dox you out, then, huh?
They have doxed me out with that. Yeah. It's also led to death threats continuously.
Okay,
it's led
second
to
question.
FBI having to get involved.
Okay, second question.
This
'cause
right here, right? Is this on? Did they put this on TikTok or is this your TikTok?
They-
Oh, this is Nashville's TikTok.
right.
Yeah, that's the fake crying for me though.
It's not the fake crying. JP, by the way, you aren't fucking there, so shut the fuck up and stick to parody, JP.
So in the background, like JP's like saying something about, UA's up there fake crying and UA is getting upset, like, because she doesn't want someone to tell her that she was fake crying when she isn't saying, in fact, she wasn't fake crying.
JP, with all due fucking respect.
Glad to finally meet you.
God
Glad to
damn
finally
it.
meet you in person.
Why'd they put that out? I don't understand why they put that on their news thing. What was that for?
I don't either. And I'm just telling you,
So the
with
second,
all due respect, hold on, JP. You're gonna.
Oh, I'm sorry.
and the second
Okay.
question was,
Wait,
did you
no,
work
wait.
But
Shut
did you?
the fuck up
Does it,
right
what?
now.
See, like UA, like, I don't know. I know that JP had said like a cuss word like right before they watched the video. I don't know what the cuss word was. It was, it's not trivial, right? But she didn't need to like come at her like that either, in my opinion. I don't know any of these
Second
people either.
question is,
No.
did you CJ?
Hold on.
Second-
You
second question.
insinuated that was a fake
Question.
cry with Riley Strain, and that was fake crying, okay? Now, that is bullshit. That's where I fucking draw the line, okay? You
I
do
didn't
not
insinu-
know me. Hold on. You do not know me, and I'll be damned if anyone fucking ever questions my motivations for fucking going and trying to find Riley.
Okay, so did you work with CJ before? And
No, I did not work with CJ before. I don't know if you want to call like working with CJ with the fact that like CJ would be at different things that I was at involving Riley. I didn't work with CJ.
Is she one of the ones that found his ID or something? I swear she looks familiar.
I didn't work with CJ.
like when it was the Riley Strain thing, when the Riley Strain case was going on and he was missing, and CJ would like record, and you were there and you just wouldn't get on camera, and he would be. That wasn't.
Well,
okay,
there was some where I would talk about the corruption in Nashville off camera. Because I was undercover. in the
With
homeless
CJ.
encampments. With CJ. I didn't know CJ at the time. I'm not sitting here I didn't know shit about CJ at the time.
Wait,
okay?
undercover? Who the fuck you working for?
No.
Hold on.
No,
You
she
were- you're
was.
police?
No. No.
What the fuck undercover for who?
I'm sorry. She just always comes in busted in at the right time. But no, it's laughable because you're going to hear what UA was doing.
And
She was undercover in the homeless encampments apparently for the Riley Strain situation. She went undercover.
She went undercover. Like, I guess I don't know what undercover homeless people look like. I mean, you would have to like, homeless people are going to know you're freaking faking it if you're coming in there super clean, but you got like a little hole in your shirt or something. Or you're wearing some holy jeans that aren't like, made that way, like, or that were actually like, done on purpose. So I don't think that would have worked. I don't think that would have worked, to say the least. But she went undercover.
Undercover. But,
I didn't even hear about her during the Riley Strand case. Did any of you guys? We covered that case pretty in depth. And I don't remember anybody going into the homeless encampments and doing any pretend undercover work, because she doesn't have a license, so she's just like me or you or anybody. Actually, I have a bachelor. I have a degree. I might have more than she does. But yeah, it would be like me telling you guys, I'm going to go to the homeless encampment and I'm going to act like I'm homeless. I'm just going to throw some clothes on and go down there. You like, thank you, One Shot. Okay, because she looks so Sirius isn't feeling well, Panda. Say prayers for Sirius.
Police asked you to do that, or you did that on your own?
I was not doing it on behalf of the police. Like, no.
She
So
did
you,
on her
okay,
own.
so you were like, here, I'm gonna go in there. Because you mean undercover, like you're working for somebody. You just was like, here, I'm gonna go in there and
No,
see what's
like,
up.
exactly. Yes, that's what I mean.
Well, yeah, because undercover me, that's a lot different. I thought you meant somebody here because you done got me. Hold on now, yeah, because I had to go shove a little snow. I missed a good part. I guess I missed a good part of this.
So,
stream.
so it was
I
you.
love how this is like been like,
It was you working with CJ behind the scenes and telling him.
No, it wasn't.
You just said that. You just said you were.
I said he would ask me questions and like we would sit there like there were, you know.
Jesus Christ! Enough with the word salad. Did you
Shut
talk
the
to
fuck up,
CJ?
JP?
Did you
JP,
talk
you're
to
not gonna
CJ?
fucking disrespect me.
Can
Did
we
you
not?
talk to CJ behind the
I'm
scenes
sorry.
and he put it on video? Yes or no?
I talked about the
Oh my
corruption in Nashville and the reason that they would that Nashville government would have a reason to cover up things that were going on and that were well known to local Nashville residents about the drugging of drinks on Broadway and the targeted attacks on
And then Leilani Simon's mom, Billy, comes up.
tourists by people in the homeless population and others who would target them to spike drinks, roofie them, whatever you want to call it, steal their wallets, take advantage of them, unalive them, whatever you want to call it. That's it.
Okay, so simple answer. Simple answer was yes. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that.
That was not to the question you and the phrase that you fucking the way.
Right, but that's do you see where people are saying that it's word salad and it's semantics because it's just
because you're not like I'm trying to sit here and explain the way that you ask that question and pose it is not the same. It's not the like.
Did you work with CJ?
Answer. I'm trying to qualify so that people actually have a fucking understanding.
Right, but that's the same thing.
Hold on, wait. Let me finish because then you're gonna say word salad. Okay.
No, I wasn't.
JP. All right, even nothing.
Yeah, Austin.
For me.
Because you're a LARPer, that's why probably.
Okay, well, whatever, JP. You're that's your opinion, and it's great.
Sure.
I really don't give a fuck. But
I thought it would have been good to hear from her I mean, she's a victim in a way, you know. I don't really know how I feel about her, but I know how I feel about her daughter. But I think that it would have been good to hear from Brandy Neal, actually. That would have been perfect. Brandy normally drops in whenever chats get out of control. And it's crazy that someone has to do that. And it should never have to be like that. It should never be like that. But she has such a soothing voice. Brandy does. To where she can just calm people down. People just calm their asses down when she goes up on panels. And she will talk about how it's been for her, you know. People blamed her. People blamed Tyler. For years. People still do it. She was at work. She wasn't even there. But just like, you know, in this case. And then here in, you know, I don't know how long like we did Michael Monkey Vaughn's case, but I don't know how long it's been since 2021, but I don't know how long like YouTube creators were going at that case. Do you know what I mean? Until they finally like stepped back. If anyone knows that, that'd be a good question to ask. Now I know that there are creators that have had parents come to them and say, please don't stream my child anymore. And you know what those creators did? They streamed their child. And then they just deleted their videos. I don't get it.
I'm not going to sit here and answer directly yes or no to a question that isn't when the whole question is worded in such a way to make me look as if it's not a direct yes, like it's not really a direct yes or no question. if you ask me a question in terms of how I worked with, have I worked with CJ, I'm going to sit here and freaking understand it. Like, I'm going to like try to make it not the negative way that you're freaking.
So you're going to try to paint it in a better light, which, okay.
No, JP, that's not, I don't consider it working with CJ and as, answering questions that were asked. Like,
okay, so
I don't have anything.
What you're gonna do is make it be nice as possible.
like we've done this with Julia, the dog handler. We would ask her a question. She would spend 16 minutes answering the question. The question would have to be re-asked. So let me re-ask the question. Did you meet with CJ and tell him things that he put out on video and you were not on video? Is that clear enough?
Here's
I don't
the
know how much
crying.
more concise I can be, really.
I think
No.
So you just said you met with him
she
and
will
you
hear
told
in a
him
minute.
things. So you did not meet with him and tell him things, or you did?
No, I said I met with him, and the audio was you. Like I talked about that on camera, but off camera. If that makes like.
That's what I just
audio.
said. That's what I just said.
Calm down.
Well, Jesus Christ.
Calm down.
You said it basically no. How you were wording.
Don't tell a woman to calm down. You'll make it worse, BTM. Don't ever do
That's
that.
true. That's very true.
the way
Queen Bee, she's don't tell her to calm down. I was surprised that went over so smooth for B-Tim, really.
Crazy now. Come on.
I'm
now.
crazy. I'm crazy.
Anyway,
I'm ready to make it work.
in the wording of the question was I sitting there?
Yeah, so the CJ that they're talking about is the one, the evil CJ. He's changed his name, I swear to y'all, 5 times since he's been on this platform. I'm not even exaggerating. I think he has. I don't know what that does for your algorithm, but
And feeding CJ information, in a
okay. So now we got voices is up here, and this is her, the pony or the unicorn.
for him to use, like, was I meeting with him offline and giving him information for him to go and use later? No.
Did he put it on a video? What you were saying, did he put it on a video? And your voice was also on the video.
Thank you, Mary
hence
Beth.
the vernacular that I chose working with CJ.
I don't consider it working with
Christ.
someone. Hold on, listen to me. Working with someone is not the same as answering a question about or talking about what is going on in the city that you live in. That is not working with them.
Did you
JP.
produce, okay, did he produce a piece of work using your voice, but not your image on a video? Yes or no? Yes or no? It's 2 things. 1, yes, 2, no. That's it. That's all.
JP, you need to stick to fucking parodies,
Yeah.
okay? You're great at that.
Yes
okay?
or no?
But
Yes
being
or no?
respectful,
Yes
I
or no?
answered the fucking question as to what I did. I answered a question standing around waiting
The
at
answer's
a
yes.
vigil.
So it's a yes? Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you.
I think I answered that.
No,
You
you
didn't.
didn't. But that's okay. Somebody else did for
Well,
you.
then get your
Yes, I did.
fucking
The
buy some
answer's
ears.
yes.
Like, buy a new set of ears.
She didn't answer the question. We're gonna go back.
Didn't. So it's a yes? Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you. Oh,
Right.
yes
I
or
answered
no?
the fucking question as to what I did. I answered a question standing around waiting
The
at a
answer's yes.
vigil.
So it's a yes? Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you.
I think I answered that.
No, you didn't. But that's okay. Somebody else did for
Well,
you.
then get your
Yes, I did.
fucking
The
buy some
answer's
ears.
yes.
Like, buy a new set of ears.
Buy a new set of
And
ears.
this is what
Oh, God.
happens when people inject themselves into a missing person's case. Because UA doesn't have like a channel or nothing. She will next. I guarantee you. I'm calling it now.
Cleaned out, bitch.
Okay. Stop.
Go LARP about in another missing persons case, you weirdo.
Let's
Well,
not go there. Let's just calm. I know it's bad to say calm down, but Queen, you got to interfere when you start cursing at each other.
When I heard that the first time, B-Tim's like, Queen, you got to interfere.
What'd you say? What was
I'm
your last
having a
question
hard
you said?
time. Y'all, I'm having a hard time calming down because everything that I am hearing, I've lived, and it's pissing me off. Because there was threat mail, they were going to burn my house down. Are you kidding me?
There,
A
she
fake
just said a little
narrative and pushing people out there in a world that it doesn't exist for them, and you make it for them is causing them pain. So don't. Oh, I'm so mad. Let me mute.
She's so mad that she had to mute herself.
You're a real
Crimson,
life.
go ahead, JP.
You're a real lifer. You have gone real life. You have recorded people. You have inserted yourself into missing people's cases. You have worked.
And she also got Seth Rogers like FOIA for his work and it showed that I guess Tony's going around saying that Seth has a concussion because he went back to work a couple months ago and he was on detail and there was a fight and he got hurt and got a concussion. But I guess they FOIA'd his work records because you can do that because he's a public servant. And there was nothing like that of the sort. Like, I don't even know if he's been back to work. That I'm not sure about. But the concussion part was not in there.
Worked with CJ behind the scenes, however you want to try to paint that and make
No,
it
working with
fancy
someone
up.
answering a question that was asked about, like just having a discussion about what's going on or whatever. That's not
And
working.
you have also blatantly accused fucking children of possibly being involved in the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers. I'm sorry, I'm so pissed.
Well, it's not your fucking right to be pissed. I mean,
It's
whatever.
okay. I'm pissed too.
Thank you, B. Tim. Fuck you, UA Crimson Tide. Bye.
Bye.
Hello,
Hi.
Joe, by the way.
It's Angela. How are you?
Hey, voices, what's up? Cappy, the link's dropped for you. I'm gonna go try to pin it now. What up, Clue?
Hey,
What's
so
happening?
I'm gonna explain something. I'm not on this panel because God love Crimson. Y'all know me. I got the attention span of a squirrel. I can't stand that whole, like, I ask you something and
I can name them for you. So this is Queen Bee's panel. Let me drop her link in the chat again too. Because this was a good live. Like, you need a flow chart. I know at this point we do need one. I'm gonna have to make some sort of. I have like a chart going for the team members, but I think I just need a whiteboard or make this a chalkboard back here for fun, for like just for this case. I wonder if I could write on this paint, like with chalk, if that would hurt it. I should check into that. We all need a flow chart. Yeah, I need one. See, Faith, I've been trying to get caught up. So we got Queen Bee, UA Crimson Tide is beside her, B Tim, Ange, which is Voices, Billy, which is Leilani Simon's mother, Small Town Girl, I don't know who that is. And then Cluminati just popped up because she is going to say, hey, like, I don't agree with what's going on up here, because her and UA Crimson Tide, they search sometimes together. Like sometimes she'll come out and search with them. So I think that's why she wanted to go up there, just kind of like clear her side. So we'll just listen to.
there's like 10 years till we finally get an answer. But I just,
Yeah, I can't stand that shit, but I understand wanting to explain yourself too, you know.
right. And I'm just
Sometimes it's not always just an easy yes or no. Sometimes you have to explain a little bit, but I do understand the word salad because it is throwing people off. So I get it both ways. I understand.
But
I see, you know what I mean?
So I get them. So just let me finish. I came up here to tell you guys is,
I'm so sorry. I'm trying not to
this is
interrupt.
literally her in person. I'm not even kidding. This is literally her in person. Like the whole like 8 years to get, like, you know where I mean, you know what I mean? And it does, I get in this context right here, it probably makes her look like a little spacey out there, whatever, but that is literally how she is in person. I'm not even kidding. So I'm like, I feel like people should honestly know that is literally how she speaks in person. Like, not, I mean, you don't have to like her, you don't have to not like her, but I mean, it takes a minute to get there, if you get what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, and I mean, I understand that. I get that too. I don't think anybody's saying anything about that. What they're saying is like, when, you know what I'm saying, it's a yes or no question. Yes, you did, or no, you didn't. And she's like, I have to explain myself, which I do understand. Sometimes you do. It's not just an easy yes or no. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it ain't.
Yeah,
But
like
sometimes,
well, JP asking her, and like I said in the chat, right, in JP's defense, that is exactly what she asked, but it was not getting there, right? And in JP's defense, I was saying that is what she asked, and y'all know I don't want to take up for JP, but I get the frustration with someone like JP because I'm that person, right? I ask you something, just answer the damn question. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But
sometimes you just can't. It's just not just a simple yes or no. Sometimes
maybe sometimes it's not a simple yes or no, and it's a yes or no with an explanation, but it is still a yes or no.
Hold on. Let me explain to you. The way I felt JP was wording the question was in such a way that it would paint. Sorry.
Somebody's got feedback.
Oh no, you're not gonna cry now. Like, that's not okay. That's not fair. You're not gonna paint it like you were attacked. No, you're not.
You don't. No, I'm not. Listen, I'm saying you're. Whatever. You can say whatever you want. Anyways, the way that way the question was worded as working with CJ. That's what I had an issue with and wanted to don't believe was a simple yes or no answer.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, no, it is
Every
pretty
single
simple.
question you were asked ended.
All she had to say was, no, I never worked with CJ, but he asked me a question one time. I answered it and he put it on a video. That would have been it. That would have been the end of the discussion. Right? I mean, there would have been no more questions to ask.
With a 500 to 700 word explanation, shielding the question is what happened here. Okay? Stop making it more simple than that, because it wasn't simple at all.
Okay,
You made it much more complicated. Every single question that was asked, you made much more complicated than necessary. On purpose, in my opinion. Because you didn't like the question.
That's your fucking opinion for somebody you've never
Yeah,
met.
you goddamn right it is.
He attacks people.
Good. You're entitled to it.
Did CJ put videos out during Riley's stream with your face on it? Your voice on it?
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Yes, I answered that question. Yes.
She said yes, he did. She said he put her voice out, but he did not put her face out. So when she said, when she said she wanted to answer yes or no, she didn't say yes, he put my voice and not my face. She wanted to give an explanation as to what was going on.
That it
Why
was not
he did what
working.
he did.
That's not working with him in my mind. I don't consider it when you use the word context of working with someone, to me, that is like you're collaborating with one another, not you meet each other randomly at a thing and you just strike up a conversation because you're waiting on like something to happen, an event to happen. And he asked, and because he's someone.
Did he tell you, hey, I'm going to record this and put it on a live, or he just did it?
He was already on live. He asked,
oh, okay.
Is it okay if I like use your audio or whatever? And I did want it to, like the message to get out there about what was going on and the corruption in Nashville.
Oh, okay.
And he is a live streamer. I know he does live searches, and I don't agree with any of that shit that he does. And I've had and I know this case he's fucking flip-flopped on. He has done like, and I fucking like sent him messages about it and said that I don't agree with the shit that he's done in this case, like, or whatever. And I don't agree, so that's why I it's when a question, like I said, when a question is worded in a way that is made to intentionally make you look a certain way in a negative light, I wanted to clarify that. And it's not a simple yes or no.
Honey, it was, because you were working with him. No matter what you think in your mind, you were working with him.
The definition of working can be a little bit subjective.
Well, honey, you collaborated
If you
with
meet
him.
if I meet you as we're if we are standing around waiting
And
for
suddenly I am working.
I wouldn't consider that working with them. If they meet up in a location, so that'd be like me and whoever meeting up, and then all of a sudden they're live streaming and I'm talking to them. Next thing you know, they're like, "Oh, Queen Bee was working with him."
Exactly, it's different. We're standing around waiting for a vigil to start or waiting for something about Riley to start, and that's not where. And him talking to me while he's being because he's that live streams the whole time, everything he does,
right?
That's not working with.
But were you dressed in character, acting like one of the homeless people from the encampment? Simple yes or no.
I mean,
because you were undercover, right? That's when you were saying you were okay. Because I thought when you said undercover, you meant like the police sent you in there to do that on purpose. Like they.
No, I was dressed and went in the homeless encampments.
Right. Did you sleep there?
Did you sleep there?
Did you sleep there?
I was there late. I didn't
late.
sleep. Spend the night, sleep.
You were just there overnight. You didn't sleep.
She stayed the night.
I was there.
Nah, she stayed the night. I'm sorry. There's too many. Nah. I didn't stay there. I was there late, but I didn't stay there. She's trying to read the audience. She's trying to read the room. She stayed there. Girl, that's scary.
Most of the
sleep there.
Listen,
I was there late.
I was there late.
I didn't sleep. Spend the night, sleep.
You were just there overnight. You didn't sleep, but you were there most of the night.
I was there most of the. Yeah.
You didn't have your own tent and shit like that. Okay.
No.
So were you dressed in your homeless costume garb when you met CJ?
I don't know if I would say homeless costume garb.
Were you dressed in character? For flying fuck's sake.
No, you're making her mad.
Dressed to, dressed down.
It's a yes or a no.
I was dressed down. I didn't go in full glam.
She stated it as going undercover several times. So
yeah, so you went into the homeless encampment. You went into the homeless encampment dressed as a homeless person working undercover for yourself.
Yep.
That's basically what it was. Where are these people coming from? Where are y'all bringing these people from? Are they all from TikTok? Are they all from the Tiggity Talk? Because I might make a video now and put it on TikTok. Stay over there.
Yeah, that's when she said that. I thought she meant for the
And
post.
if they please, everybody say a prayer that they don't disband TikTok, because all those creators are going to come over here. It's going to be a flipping shit show.
Police. I didn't know that you guys
was
already
trying
talked
to
about
get
that. So I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. But I
was
didn't know.
trying to
I didn't know
get
you guys
it
already.
StreamYard better put up an extra like $200 like thing where a plan where you can have 40 people on your panel.
Talk
Riley's
about it.
family. I didn't know Riley's family until like I talked to Chris Dingman.
Like, how'd you talk to him? How'd you get involved with him? How'd you get involved with the spokesperson for their family?
And I talked to Chris Dingman.
How'd you do that?
Search for Riley. Okay. There was a lot going around about how the homeless were possibly involved in his disappearance.
There wasn't a lot going around. There was one rumor that they said that there was a homeless guy wearing Riley's shirt. And we all knew with 99.999% certainty that that was a rumor because Riley's shirt was half tan, half black. It would have been very noticeable. So now I'm wondering who was the person who started that rumor about the guy on the bike with the Riley Strand t-shirt or shirt on. Because this is weird. We followed that whole case.
So I went into the homeless encampments to try to see if I could substantiate or gather any information that would help in finding and locating Riley.
She's a LARPer. She's a flying fucking LARPer. I'm out. I'm done. I hope you have the day you fucking deserve, and I hope your year is just as fucking shitty. I'm out.
Keep his
Crimson,
voices
why don't you
off.
mute and get yourself together, please.
Why is her camera on?
Yeah, let's just.
Why are you turning your camera on? You don't have to do that.
Yeah, you don't have to do that.
Well, I thought she was trying to show us something. I'm sorry.
Has she worked like?
I don't know. I thought you said her camera was on, so I ran over here to try to cover the screen. I don't know if she actually.
Yeah, she turned it. I don't know if she accidentally did it or not, but
Yeah.
you know, I told her to mute and get herself together.
Sorry, honey. I was trying to be here. I had to get a Band-Aid for my little bit. Sorry about that. Sorry.
Yeah.
This is
People are really vulnerable in these cases, and people get protective. You know what I mean? And so when you put yourself out there, saying that you have this experience with crime cases and missing cases or whatever you did, right, in your schooling and whoever you worked for, people will hold you to a higher standard. But then when you come to the platform and drop recordings, right, it's a whole nother fucking animal, and you cannot expect people to not feel a certain type of way.
and they're entitled.
And one of the people that one more thing though, one of the people that came up here is one of those vulnerable people that we had made friends with in a case, and it just is a reminder of how damaging and fucked up it can be. And I think that some people do have goodness in their heart, other people are opportunists, and it's hard to tell who's who. And that's why you're getting the reaction you're getting.
Yeah.
And it's not helping that you're not answering questions directly. You're bebopping around. And, oh, I have to explain myself. And now you're crying. Now, see, like, that's just, you know, it's kind of not it, you know?
Well, let me tell you why. Okay.
Mhm.
So, in the Raleigh case, you know, I was doxxed and received numerous death threats. I had a whole live stream held about me. I was accused of being like in the cult of like because I had smelly face, like people doxed the shit out of me. They went back and looked at what slippers I bought in 2012, you know, or 2021, and they had smelly faces on them, and I didn't even know there was a whole thing called smelly face killer theory or whatever. I got accused of killing Riley.
That happens in a lot of cases. I mean, you put yourself in there. You threw
wait,
yourself in the middle of it.
Hold on.
And it sucks. I know.
Hold on. Let me finish. I got accused of killing Riley.
Why did that happen? Why?
Because of like them, because of people doxing the shit out of me and people thinking that I was like wanting. There's the whole. You have certain people
Mhm.
who are every young man that goes missing and ends up in a body of water. It's automatically smiley face killer. Okay.
What?
And that's unfortunately what happened with Riley. So in Riley's case, they last minute changed. The police did a lot to cover, in my opinion, didn't do much of an investigation at all.
What is she talking about?
And there's a lot of corruption that goes on in Nashville. And I tried to, believe it or not, I tried to stay off camera for a lot of that shit. I didn't want to be on camera because in the homeless encampments, people were following that case very intently on social media. When Raleigh was found, I did not know that I was in frame when I showed up to the press conference where they announced that
Right?
he had been found. I didn't know I was in frame of any of the cameras. I had been interviewed by police, and turned over certain stuff, and I knew, like, Chief Drake and also Don Aaron, who was the spokesperson. And after that conference, I went to watch on the car, and
Upper thigh, your camera's on, baby.
And
you want to turn it off? Okay.
I was asking them.
So now we have this person, but I can't remember who that is, and then Granny's watching's up there.
Questions. I was asking them questions about basically why they did not look into this case. Why they
you need to mute and get yourself together, because we're not getting. It's really hard for you to talk right now, okay? And let somebody come. They want to say something.
So
yep. We got upper thigh up here. You're up here, baby. What's up?
I just have one quick thing to say. If Ellie actually sent an undercover agent into the Sebastian Rogers case, you just shut everybody's mouth by publicizing this audio thing. That's it. That's all. I'll see y'all later.
We didn't understand.
I didn't even catch anything she just said. Fuck.
Yeah.
What? Something about an undercover something. I don't know what she just said.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think by outing herself and outing the recording, it makes people maybe not want to help her interact. I think that's what I gathered from it.
Am I understanding, Crimson, that the reason why they thought you might have been the one involved was because you kind of got too close and you started asking questions and stuff like that, and people just started?
No, it was because I ended up.
So the girl crying is UA Crimson Tide, and she's basically crying, in my opinion, because she got caught doing some things that she shouldn't have probably been doing, and regarding the Sebastian Rogers case. And JP came up to ask her tougher questions, and she was beating around the bush. And so JP's was kind of hard. No, I need you to give me an yes or no, yes or no. It's a yes or no question. And then she started getting a little bit you could tell she was going to cry. And then I think when voices went up and said, "You're a LARPer, F you, I'm out," that's when she started crying. So she's crying basically because she, in my opinion, was caught doing some stuff she shouldn't have been doing. And you know how people be crying to try to get themselves out of stuff? I don't know.
Up in frame.
I believe that she really does care about the people she's searching for, but I believe that there's a fine line between caring about somebody and being obsessed over that person. In that case, there is a very fine line.
In that news conference where he was found.
Okay, and then people truth and thought you were involved because you were
because people accused me when I was.
And doesn't that kind of reflect what's happening to Bobby Binoculars a little bit?
Yeah.
And that's what she's been doing to Bobby the last 4 days on Jay's panel.
It does. And it happens in almost every case we deal in. Queen Bee and I were accused of being P3DOs because of a case we were involved in, and we all got doxxed. This happens a lot in all these cases.
It does. People get fucked. They insert themselves, and then they think they're the fucking police, and they do this other bullshit, and then they start knocking people out when they get fucking mad or get called out or whatever. It's ridiculous.
So you kind of answered your own question why Bobby Binoculars would get involved, because maybe she was thinking of doing the same thing with you, trying to figure things out, and she was just completely an idiot.
The problem is, Tim, the problem with Tim is that her, none of the things that she's saying, one, are like match up with the timeline.
I understand that, but you know,
none of the things that she's saying
Mhm.
are,
None of the things that you were saying, implying that she's doing a cover up, are true or fit in either, though.
yeah, I mean, I think you answered your own question. Why Bobby
No,
binoculars
not
is
really. I think it's a lot different.
She
Okay.
thinks it's
Well, I
different
mean-
because it's
Like,
her.
like if you
See,
actually,
that's what you're not getting. Like, you're just not going to get this. You
Well-
want to keep yourself inserted, and you got a hard on for Bobby, is what it is at the end of the
No.
day.
Yeah, I mean, if that case, if Riley Strain's case affected you this much to where you're up on panel like this, why
No,
would you insert yourself
hold on.
right back into a missing child's case and go into it as deep as what you have?
Let me explain to you why I'm upset.
okay.
We've heard this 5
Me.
times. Let me explain to you.
When JP came up here and insinuated that my emotion that I was feeling at that moment was fake, that's where that's the problem.
No, and I find that hard to believe because JP really didn't come up here. I mean, she asked you some simple, basic yes or no questions that you were beating around the bush for, and then you got upset and started crying. But this whole time on panel today, you've wanted to produce this
Yeah, top center.
mind-blowing
Bull-
call
bullshit,
that you
bullshit. Go
voice
back and see
recorded
when I
or that
got
you
upset.
recorded.
Go back and see when I got upset.
Yeah, to be fair,
She got upset, and she's right because Granny's going to say it was when the video was playing, but I knew that wasn't true because I didn't go into that live when another video was playing and I saw it. It was when JP went up there. JP was giving her harder questions. She didn't want to answer. JP was sick of hearing her beating around the bush. So she jumps down, and then voices, was right underneath of her. Then it was like, she felt like she was being piled on. I know that's why she started crying. She might be on, having that time of the month too. I know whenever, every 3 weeks for me, I get a little more, I cry. I get more sensitive, y'all. So if you ever get me on my sensitive side, on my sensitive week, I can become sensitive. Like some days I'm as strong can be, but then there's other days you could say one word to me that's like hurtful, and I'll just break down and cry. Just cry. And I think that's what it was for her too.
It was when the video was played, to be honest. That was exactly the point, because in that moment, it did seem like the video was being played to kind of mock her, if I'm being honest.
Yes, it was.
And that she already stated that video.
But see, now she's saying, yeah, it was. That video was played to mock me. But Granny's bringing this up, but UA didn't even know. She knew the video was played, but she didn't say anything about the video being played. She could have said, Queen, don't play that video of me.
It was used to humiliate her. It was used to dox her. It was used to pound her down. And then it was thrown up on the screen. And that's the moment she started crying, likely out of humiliation.
To be fair, it was thrown up on the screen prior to that because I didn't know what it was. And I asked her twice if that was what it was. And she said, yes, that Tony had played it on TikTok.
Right.
So, oh, yeah, I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying that was the
already up on the screen. And had I known it was going to upset her, then I wouldn't have put it up.
Yeah, I'm not blaming you at all.
And immediately when I got done, I said, why the fuck would they put this on their news show anyways? I don't understand.
Yeah.
I thought it was their own TikTok. So
I'm not caught on her. I'm telling you, that's when the emotions changed. I watched it in real time. You all did too.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
like I said, if I knew it was going to affect her like that, I wouldn't have played it. But I don't understand.
I think
anyways, I guess I don't understand why that was. But
I think what happened
The
was,
emotion was fake.
yeah, I think Crimson got mad because got this start because her emotions are fake about Riley String. I think that was the start.
That was what triggered me.
Yeah.
I can sit there and laugh at that video and say, like, yeah, it looks freaking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Shitty edit. Like, I've done that, I can do that. But when you insinuate that
We run into a lot of fake people here, a lot of opportunists.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's hard to understand. We don't know you. And the things that you have put forth, like the certain things that you've implied, the recording, it's not a good look. And so it already has people kind of fucking,
well, here's the thing. You instead of hearing people out, because of your past,
it's really hard to hear you out because you never stop describing things.
Well, it's also very hard to get someone to hear you out when they already have a preconceived notion about who or what your motivations are, and
you have gotten a lot of patience and grace. Believe me, especially with what you come forth with. People have really sat and listened and tried to figure out what the fuck you're trying to explain. So I don't want to hear that we didn't hear you out.
And you also got to understand, UA, like I didn't know all of this history. I was under the understanding that like you were super close to SF and you had like some flip, you know, you
I
were like
was
kind of
too.
valid. I didn't know all these things. And quite frankly, I'm being sued for a lot of the shit you've done. And Queen was being accused for a lot of the shit you've done. So
I kind of want to go back and see what she said on my panel.
it's kind of hard to like, because I mean, I like you, and I told you the other day, I think you need a fucking break from this. But it's kind of hard to
Yeah, you
show
do.
sympathy towards you knowing that you're accusing Bobby of overexerting herself, when quite frankly, you have in 2 cases. You've done the same shit.
Yes.
You're saying you were accused,
Yes.
but you're also accusing Bobby. And I just said to you the other day, I don't think implicating her in a crime is the right thing to do. It's not. And knowing that you've experienced that has me even more shocked that
Bobby didn't do this. Come on now.
you're like more than giddy to implicate her in this crime. And if she was involved in this crime, she's fully aware that people are aware she was involved now. So it's kind of all like a dead circle. I think you need a break. I do. And I mean that.
Yes, and
Yeah.
was not saying when she turned this video over to the police and then coming up on Queen's panel and admitting that she's the one that called Betty's attorney.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
did
but
that
who
too.
knew all this shit and never said nothing? Like, how did people know that? And why didn't they speak sooner either?
Right.
Who knew to ask?
Especially
Right?
when you knew I was getting fucking blamed for this fuck shit.
Right. Like, who knew that shit? And didn't say, like, hey, did you guys know UA's the one that called Betty's? Because we could have all like made a distance and protected ourselves. But now, unfortunately, you know, Steven's being accused, SF's being accused, I'm tied into it, Clue's tied in it, Jay's tied into it, Queen's tied into it. And we had no idea. I had no idea any of this shit was happening.
Which is really crazy because I got an email from someone who said that they called her attorney. Was that you, UA, that emailed me that call or no?
Yes.
Under like a spoof email?
No. No.
What?
This kind of thing is the reason why I was kind of upset with Truth, which I still like him, don't get me wrong, but I was upset with Truth about that, what he put out, that information that he put out about Chris and stuff like that. We are just general public people. We come up here and just chit chat about cases and stuff like that, what ifs. And that's what I thought you were doing.
it
I
is
didn't
so
think you
much.
actually thought she actually did it. I thought it was just let me think about this.
Well,
But
it
this-
was, I'm thinking like that.
I don't interrupt you. Just a minute, please. And this is why I say it's very irresponsible to be doing this kind of stuff, inserting yourself in these
It
cases
is.
this closely to cases. We had Nana's Love up here just a little bit ago. Do you know who she is?
Oh, I thought that was
BJ?
I thought it was
Huh?
Billy's. Leilani's mom.
Do you know who she is?
Yes.
You know she's the grandma, right?
Right.
Okay. Of Quentin Simon. Okay.
Okay.
It would have been nice to hear from her, but everybody
Somebody's
was
got a
going at
dog.
you.
I need to mute.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's me.
What's
Oh,
that?
all
Probably Billy.
right. Sorry.
Sorry. Anyways,
it's okay.
it would have been nice to hear her, to be able to hear what she thought of all this, because she's actually a victim in all of it, in all of that.
She sounded pretty pissed about it.
She did it, but she never actually got to say it out. But anyways, you said earlier that you have what it takes to find, God forbid, if Sebastian's deceased. You say that you have what it takes to find him. From what I see now, putting up with JP and seeing the video of yourself, that was humiliating. I don't know if you have the emotional, what do you call it, to see
Capacity.
Fortitude.
Thank you.
Wherewithal,
Thank you. To
capacity.
see Sebastian in that state.
Oh, I do.
No, you don't.
I don't think so. But
Well,
anyway,
don't.
that's my opinion. So that's,
Yeah.
Just really make sure you do, because that's something you're going to take with you the rest of your life. And yeah, I mean, we need to stay out of these cases, like so closely in these cases. I mean, like Clue and them, they're working with SF. Now he's a professional. He's going to be able to tell them, hey, do this, don't do this, whatever. Right. So he's going to tell them what they should and shouldn't do if they ask him, I'm sure. And Crabtree. Now, one thing I was worried about when you released that call is that, okay, you recorded it, fine. It was a spur of the moment. You got to hurry up, push record. I understand. I don't agree with it, but whatever. I don't do stuff like that. But Crabtree is kind of your friend, or he thinks highly of you. He said, you said in this live that you text him, so you know his phone number. So why wouldn't you have messaged him and say, hey, this call, I recorded this call that we had with Bobby, just to let you know, and I want to release it and let him know. I mean, as a person, I mean, I like all these people on this panel, and I would do that.
I said
I would ask any one of these people if they were on a call, if they minded if I released it.
I messed up, Tuesday. I don't know if you were here when I said it, but I fucking messed up.
So basically, this UA girl that's in the middle, she's kind of inserted herself into this case. She recorded a phone call between Bobby, the neighbor, herself, and Stephen Crabtree. She then, I believe she gave it to Jay because Jay released the call. Stephen Crabtree didn't even know that the phone call was going to be released. She didn't tell him. Also, what else was she saying? She's just been being kind of called out on a lot of her lies. They're comparing her to themselves. They're like, hey, you know, they're trying to compare like Riley Strand's case with Sebastian's, and she's been involved in both of those cases to the point where she was going undercover in the homeless campments in the Riley Strand case. And she told us that. So she's pretty deep. And thank you, Barbie's boss. Thank you so much.
Well, you know, I understand what was happening because at that time, Bobby did become a discussion again on many panels. And I think that UA got caught up in the excitement of it all. Like, oh my God, yeah. And I have furthermore reason of why she's guilty. And it wasn't, I don't think she was thinking of like all the real life impacts this could have because it was kind of all conspiracy led to begin with. You know what I mean? So I don't think she was thinking of like Stephen Crabtree or anything else. I think she was thinking like, oh yeah, guys, and I got this too. I think it was the excitement. I mean, some of the panels were, you know, like mine the other day was hours long.
Yeah, just
And I knew there was more. I just couldn't think of it off the top of my head. But yeah, she called Nick's parole officer. She called Betty's lawyer. In my opinion, it almost sounds like a creator or somebody would put her up to this for content. I don't know why she would do this all on her own for nothing. Just because she wanted to know. She's that damn nosy, I guess.
Said that she
Okay, hold on 1 second. Who the fuck keeps timing Jay out?
Yeah, it's fucking like probably JP.
Oh, don't.
Yeah, this ain't got nothing to do with you. This ain't got nothing to do with you. This is me and my mouth. So you just stay your ass right on out of it. But whoever the fuck is doing it, please.
Queen, I love that part. She's like, you can just stay yourself up out of this part.
Fucking stop. I'm gonna go in and look here in just a second. So
I'll drop the link. I'm sorry. I did not see someone was asking for the link because someone has not attached the link, and I'll drop it again.
No, I didn't. And people are fine.
You sure did,
we got the whole
Linda.
panels full, so it'll be all right.
What was your question, Cappy?
You said that she said she knew where to find him or something to that effect.
Like she knew where to find who?
Like they have each other's phone numbers, is what she said.
Sebastian is what I took that as.
No, she had Crabtree that she texted Crabtree. She said in this live stream that she texted Crabtree. So that means she had his phone number. So I don't have Crabtree's phone number, so obviously I'm not close to him. But if you're close enough to somebody to have his a way of texting them, then you should probably be able to be close enough to ask him if he minds it being released. So I kind of jumbled everything. I kind of threw everything all in there at one time so I could talk real quick because I kept getting interrupted. So sorry. Maybe
sorry about that.
Nope,
No, yeah, you just said you knew where to find him, and I'm like, oh fuck, did she really say that? Okay.
This is one way to start the new year, so I have to say.
Yeah.
I was just adding that there.
I mean, it really is so really unfortunate, but these are like I know Queen feels the same way. There's like fundamental things that I don't do, and I didn't realize that you were like as I said it the first time. Like I kind of feel like a lot like I've been questioning things that these guys have been saying. Like nobody's doing this, nobody's doing that, but it kind of sounds like you were doing some of the things. And then having you on my panel makes it like I was aware of it. Like calling Betty's lawyer.
I did that just to verify.
I know, but it really wasn't your place to do it. Like that's the thing. It had nothing to do with you ultimately to even verify that. It had nothing to do with Sebastian at that point. It had nothing to do with the investigation. It had nothing to do with anything. And that's the type of harassment. I don't like people calling my attorneys because guess what? That's fucking why I got a new bill. Because after his thing got released, and I said something the other day.
Oh shit! No, listen, that's exactly what I said. People didn't believe it. Tell them right fucking now. Emails and calls will drive your fucking bill up.
It does. It absolutely does. And I swear that's probably why. So like things like that. And then, you know, you were kind of like, I didn't know that you were interviewing neighbors to that extent. And I didn't realize, like, I didn't like that you were in August, you were with Steven interviewing Bobby.
No, I wasn't there.
But you were physically speaking on the phone. So you weren't in person is what you're saying. Okay. But I didn't realize that Bobby came out and said she was being threatened after the fact. And like, I agree. And that's what I was saying the other day. It's no different. And I know Cletus kind of explained there is a difference. Like, he sees a slight difference, but it's no different than them saying, like, go after green hoodie person for me. Cause like, we're just implicating somebody based off conspiracies of being involved in
Not necessarily. I mean, not.
No,
I know
you
you see
are.
it differently.
A little bit different than, you know, someone on film walking into a restaurant and going to the bathroom and leaving, versus someone who has numerous inconsistent statements, creates Facebook pages to misdirect searching efforts.
Right. But you keep saying she created that Facebook to misdirect. You're like putting a motive behind her creating that Facebook page. I said you're creating your own motive behind her creating that Facebook page by saying she did that just to misdirect the search efforts. You don't know that. Like, you don't know if that was her intent behind that.
Okay, I'll just leave it as it.
Well, because respectfully, Crimson, here's the thing.
Y'all, like, it's clear that it doesn't matter what I say, you know, like.
Right. I mean, that is true. Because the fact is, people could say the same thing about you right now. Do you realize that? They could say, like, well, let's look into this UA because she's overly involved in this, like what they did with Riley to you. And I would just think experiencing that, you would have a little more, I don't know, compassion before doing it to somebody else. That's all.
That's also why I put a lot of, that's also
Okay.
why I put a ton of freaking,
I figured she did because it was on her channel. I figured, and this isn't to say anything bad about Jay, because I like Jay, but I thought maybe Jay kind of befriended her to get maybe certain FOIA requests, because you have to live in Tennessee to FOIA anything in Tennessee. So I'm an Ohio resident. I can't FOIA nothing for Sebastian, but UA Crimson Tide, living in the state, living in the town, she could. And she did. She FOIA'd a lot, and they all put it out. Now they're all trying to wheel it back in. But I feel like a lot of it, Crimson Tide did get it, did record the call, did all of the things. But I also believe that they used that for content, and they didn't think twice about it. They didn't think twice about putting that phone number out or that phone call out with Steven and Bobby. I truly think it was a bunch of content. I do. I think it was played for content. And if you think otherwise, then I don't know. Oh, thanks, Proud Mimi. Thank you. You have to watch the replay. The replay is pretty good. Well, thank you. Looks like you guys will get a second live tomorrow. Woo, look at that. Look how that works. I love that.
Put a lot into it before I even did that because of that.
We'll probably need a part 2 on this anyway.
I don't just jump out of nowhere without anything to just like.
But in my opinion, you do, because a lot of the stuff that you're saying is stuff that LE hasn't thought was like to investigate what they need to investigate. But you're saying that you're taking it into your own hands and recording phone calls because she's putting out all of this misinformation when you're not the one to determine whether or not it's misinformation or not.
Small town girl, she's pretty smart.
Well, that's your opinion. It's y'all can, and you're entitled to your opinion. So, I mean,
They're not holding her hostage like on this panel. I don't even know why she's still up there personally.
Really, like, it seems like, no matter what I say, like, I've said I messed up with Steven. I said it just, and it just seems like, because of people's maybe previous experiences, they're unwilling to consider that maybe someone's intentions are maybe actually good.
No, I don't call into question your intentions. I don't think you're doing this for clout. I just think or anything like that. I think can I?
Yeah, sorry.
No problem. I don't want to be rude. I just want to make my point. I don't question you. I think you're really, I don't question your emotional attachment. I really do think you care about these cases and you actually care about this. But I think you're going, sometimes our emotions lead, like the saying, the path to hell is paved with good intentions. And I think like sometimes you're kind of doing these things that are leading you to not a good end. You might be too close. You're too emotionally close and too emotionally invested. Like an investigator, like that's why you're not an investigator, but like if a detective actually took emotional stock and like became so emotional about every case, he would die. He would retire literally in the first 2 cases. And at the end of the day, you gotta. I think you're too emotional with this stuff.
Well,
you know
the thing is, what, like I said, what got my emotions was the insinuation that the attack on my
if you're getting emotional every time you bring it up.
Incense.
Well, I mean,
and then,
but if you're gonna cry about someone calling you fake, you're definitely gonna have a very big reaction.
Cappy, with all due respect, you just please stop and let me finish, okay?
Okay, but it takes a while, so keep going. I got
that's what I'm talking
No,
about.
I'm not gonna shut the fuck up.
Like, Queen, I'm sorry. Like, clearly I cannot even freaking say something. Like, you're gonna sit there and just throw shit out. Like, that's your opinion and whatever. It's clearly, like I said, your mind's made up. It is what it is.
If she says one more time, let me explain to you how I'm feeling, I'm gonna fall out of my chair.
So
it's not so much that my mind's made up. It's I'm watching this unfold. That's all.
No, you keep throwing.
No, you're showing me.
What?
You're showing me.
No,
you're showing me that you couldn't handle. Like if you walked up on something that graphic.
With all due fucking respect,
if you can't handle being called fake on the internet and you cry like this, come on now.
No, please, Queen. I'm sorry. Like I will be happy to defend myself, but I'm gonna.
I get what you're saying. You're saying like what it was is saying that I was fake crying when you don't know. You're basically saying you don't understand what I experienced out there and how real it was for me. So the implication that I was fake crying, like you don't understand the emotions that were behind that. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
Okay. I get.
Exactly.
Listen,
I'm fucking done. See,
go ahead. Just take a breath and get it out.
I've encountered a lot of people.
And Cappy's been telling her that this whole time. Cappy was cool with her. Like, just take a break. Just take a minute, just breathe.
That are no longer with us. I've sat there and I've done CPR and tried to sit there and save people's lives while their son's sitting there calling them, and I'm doing chest compressions. Okay.
Don't say that because people are going to want to know proof now. They're going to want to see proof of that.
I've seen people at their worst moments. That's when I go to work. Okay.
What does she do?
I know how to. I don't fucking cry at work.
Okay.
Well, I mean, with all due respect, I've done the exact same thing, and I don't go out here and do real.
Is she a nurse? Or like, I mean, please tell me she answers the phone calls. Please tell me she answers the phone at the local mental health center or something. Because there is no way in this world. If she came into my room, I would say you need to walk away because you're gonna cry. She's a nurse, Kiddo Kim. She wouldn't have been able to handle my injuries. UA, really, UA. You know how many names I've been called on the internet? A lot. It's fine. I just ignore it, Don't let it get to you. But you need to take some time off. You needed to take some time off about 4 nights ago.
Life stuff.
Well, that's that's you, and I'm and that's your, but I'm trying to answer one thing, and god damn, shit.
But you can't answer one.
I get what, I don't think she realized that I think she comes from somewhere different where these things weren't frowned upon, or she didn't realize they were damaging or that other people were taking the heat from them. I really don't think she has bad intentions, but
I don't either.
Like I said the other day, if you're right about Bobby, then believe me, FBI and TBI are onto her, right? So we should expect an arrest any day. Like I said that jokingly, but I was serious because it doesn't, just like I put in my post the other day, screaming Chris and Katie are guilty for 10 months haven't led to an arrest. So what the screaming Bobby and her kids, at least to nothing good. It's just nothing good comes from it.
Well, and what I'm saying too is okay, that can be true, Granny. Maybe she comes from a place where this is not frowned upon, but people have had a lot of patience with her and the long explanations about how, she does things. And then we're trying to explain to her that what she's doing to Bobby, whether we like her or not, it is also misinformation and can be considered harassing someone. Like what was done to her. Do you know what I mean?
Right. That's what I said to her. It's very similar situations, but I think she's in such a, I don't even know how to explain it.
Like tunnel vision kind of thing.
She's the, I'm gonna say this in the nicest way possible, but she's the nurse that you end up giving the compliments to. Because like, you know, you can tell like this. Maybe they like lacking like a little bit of the self, like the self-esteem, you know, that comes with being a nurse. You have to be very confident. And I'm not feeling the confidence. That's why I'm looking at, I'm over here itching like I'm allergic to the girl all of a sudden. But like, yeah, no. You're in school or you're working. What are we doing?
Kinda
Yeah, like
Yeah.
so far down the hole that she genuinely
Yeah.
believes with all of her heart that Bobby is it, that that's the answer.
No, I'm not locked.
And listen, the best of us have been there. We mostly all of us have been there. Like got way down in the hole.
Well, I will say this. I'm not
Can't hear
gonna
you,
go
Ed.
that far because when you do see that someone's story is changing, you know what I mean? All of us, I think, that are into true crime, that's gonna grab our attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
No,
agree. I
I
mean, it
agree.
definitely grabs attention, but
I think you put it out there and then let it be, right? Like, I mean, it's been 4 days of Bobby.
that's what I was trying to say. Like, it's been
How
so
many
excessive.
views?
Like, that is,
It's
it's,
been
Yeah.
it's a lot to kind of like go back and review and break down the inconsistencies in looking at dispatch, looking at the different interviews, etc. So I don't know, like that's where that comes in. I don't know that it's, you know.
yeah,
But
I understand you. I honestly would just take a step back and take a breather and just remind yourself of what the main goal here is and not get too lost in like the conspiracies and
We believe
for
in
fuck's
it.
sake, stop calling people. Don't call nobody.
no, I that's the first, like honestly, I was simply calling to verify if what she's saying is true, because there's nothing that it wasn't adding up. Like that an attorney can e-file like a notice of appearance. She is not, like, it doesn't take long to do that. And they were like,
Well,
was
I
like,
do agree with that. I agree, but I'm gonna say this. At some point, I'm a little confused myself.
Wow.
And God knows I don't want to say that Bobby
UA, you made some killer money for that creator. You were, yeah.
give any
That's
excuses
4 days
if
of
she
good
is in fact being
paydays.
dishonest about anything. However, at some point during that call, I heard you having to explain who you were and like who this random person was talking, which kind of makes
39.8 thousand views in 4 days.
me feel like, was Bobby like ambushed on that phone call? Did she know
No.
that you and Crabtree were on the phone? Because at some point you started talking, and I think Jay even pointed out the other night, she was like,
Yeah, I
"You've
was
been
over
talking
there
to me,
one
you didn't even know
shot.
who you were."
no, I think she wasn't even like maybe even paying, like, you know how you just
Yeah,
talking to
country
someone,
thing.
like you just start talking and you're not even like, she's a talker, like she doesn't, it's hard to even get it like a word in edgewise, and that's what that was.
I had to take a break. I mean, it wasn't much of a break because I was still online every day, but I wasn't really online. They were pre-recorded. But September 2023. Yeah, that was when I took a week off because I was getting so upset. I was covering a lot of Idaho 4 and I was getting so upset about like things that I thought people should know. I thought that they should know and they didn't. And I would get like really upset. Like people would come and troll the chat. And I would stop the whole damn live and I'd be like, blah, 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 blah. Like yell at the person in the chat, you know, like it, a waste of my time and a waste of my breath and a waste of my damn energy. So I don't do that anymore. But sometimes you need to take a break. Like I have not needed a break from the internet since then. I probably need one now, you know, probably need one now.
I don't think she like it was like, wait, who am I talking to again? It wasn't like an ambush situation.
I was gonna say, because if that's the case, then you know she could have just been, no offense, but a little rattled because she thought she was talking to one person, and now all of a sudden there's two, right? I mean,
Right? Yeah, no, it was. Yeah.
They're almost done talking here.
Are there any other phone calls that you've made that are going to come out and surprise people?
No.
Have you considered getting like certified for what you do? And like, you know what I mean? 'Cause obviously you're passionate about it, but there are proper protocols that are grossly misstepped here.
Law school, yeah.
Yeah.
Law
Well, no, not
school.
law school, but like, have you considered like maybe taking a search and rescue class or an undercover class, like anything like that, that maybe you can put a little more focus into and learn how to go about things such as like the Bobby thing and all that, like more, I guess, in
Like,
a
is
proper
she already in law school? Is she going to law school? I mean, how old is she?
format, just so that, nothing, because you're passionate. You obviously you want to do what you're doing. You enjoy doing it. You're just doing some things wrong that could cause more harm than good. Maybe like a PI class. I don't know, anything.
At least Granny trying to come up with
I don't know. Is there
options.
undercover classes? I don't freaking know. I don't know what to say. I don't want her to feel like she's being beat up on. I don't think her intentions were bad.
It's
Just a little overly involved, if you will.
Yeah, I don't think her intentions were bad. I just don't believe in like recording phone calls and doing real life on people just
Happy went
because,
down.
like she's saying she called Betty's lawyer and stuff. And then like, she just said that she's the
Oh, she dropped out. Ooh.
one that emailed that call to Clue way back when. And like, it sounded like this whole time Clue didn't even know that email came from her.
No, I just literally on this thing while I'm up here waiting to look at all my emails from her, and it was not under her name. Even the person in the chat, Beyonce said the same thing. It wasn't UA Friends and Tide.
It may have been before when I had, well, it would have been from my email, but it may have been before I took my government name off of one of like my things. If that makes sense.
And I guess that kind of brings me back to, how much have you talked to Clue and Greenie and all these people, like especially Clue, and you never thought to tell her that email came from you, or to email Queen and say, hey, that was me that called Betty's lawyer, like while you're sitting out here hearing Queen getting getting blamed for this?
I didn't know Queen was getting, like, I didn't know Queen was getting blamed. Like, honestly, did not know Queen was getting blamed for hiring someone to call in as, that, or anybody was getting blamed for that. Like, believe me, I own my shit. Like, I mean,
You haven't owned
started attacking
anything.
Jay, I said, don't come for Jay. Like, I said, don't come for Crabtree. Don't come for, I did it. Like, come for me if you're going.
Well, see, that's
Well, yeah, and they should, because Crabtree didn't have nothing to do with it.
the thing. You're pretty much irrelevant. You don't have a bigger channel. You don't have channels out here for them to come for you.
Right?
They've already come for me, Queen.
Right.
Like
And so that's what I'm
Queen-
saying. They don't, it doesn't really mean shit for them to come to you. It doesn't.
No, with all due respect, though, your channel is your job, right? So
Well, no, my channel is just to come on here and fuck with y'all, like have fun and
Okay,
talk
well,
and hang out. I
okay,
don't
so when
consider
people-
this to
when I
be
have
my
people
job
that
to
see my shit
fight
and stay in
to do true
contact
crime and
with my
build kids'
license.
cases. I just
So-
don't.
When I have people that are posting my stuff, like the green team and they're in Facebook and urging people to contact to have my licensure stripped and stuff and all that, then
Your license for what? What is she licensed in?
I guess maybe
Then what? I mean, I've been through all of that shit. My kids have been doxxed. I've been doxxed. My family's been doxxed. My house has been put out there. My car's been put out there. My license has been put out there.
all
I mean, it
been done
doesn't
on me
matter.
too.
Everything.
That's
So,
all-
like I said again, this
that's all
doesn't
been
mean
done on
shit
me
to me.
too. But to take put out there to phone in fake complaints that don't exist on people to take away their career is fucked up. So,
Did you call Nick's PO?
Yeah. Did you call his fucking parole officer? You might as well answer it because you're taking too long. Already tells me you did. So you might as well just tell
yeah,
the
I
truth.
think I did call her.
You think you did or you
Jesus
did?
fucking-
Yeah, I think I did. Come on now. I think I did. Come on now. That's like you pretending like, oh, I didn't know I owed you $5. Like, come on now. There are some things that people don't forget. And that's one of them,
Christ, dude.
It was
Jesus
all
fucking
wrong.
Christ.
At one point,
No one should be recording other people. I mean, it's icky.
early on.
No wonder Clue and Crabtree don't want shit to do with
Thank
you.
you,
That's why
Harley
the fuck they're saying
Ryder.
you're a lot of goddamn ability because you are. This real life bullshit gets everybody fucked up. You can't be doing this kind of shit.
And then coming on YouTube and crying because someone's hurting your feelings. Look what you're
No,
doing to everybody else.
That's
Oh
not
my
what
god, dude.
it's a little
Jesus
different.
Christ.
It's not different. It is no different.
it's
You have
not.
no business doing the stuff that you're doing. You have no business calling Betty's attorney. You have no business calling Nick's PO. You have no business doing any of this. You are not licensed to do it.
And then we get
Stop
fucking blamed
real
for all the
life
bullshit.
shit.
Granny got blamed.
Isn't that what we've been saying in this case a lot? Stop the real life. Stop the real. Stop. You guys are adults, aren't you? Like, I mean,
Blamed for it. I got blamed for it. Clue's been blamed for it. We've all fucking been blamed for the shit.
I'm being fucking sued for it. Not just blamed. I'm being fucking sued.
And
Like,
just-
sorry, that made me laugh.
And lawsuit got it dismissed and got another one. So,
right,
yeah.
right.
And you're
it's
sitting
potential
here
hurt.
up on Queen's panel all day today, knowing this fuck shit that you've done this whole time, and have it. And I just said, I asked you 5 minutes ago, are there any other calls that are going to come out that are going to shock somebody? And you said no. And then I said, did you call Nick's PO? And you hauled around with it.
I'm sitting here honestly because I have a fucking migraine from sitting here crying and stuff, and I'm like,
I don't care at this point. I don't care that you have a migraine. You have done some fuck shit.
Yeah, I think the reason why people are a little frustrated with, like, a lot frustrated is because you just went real life on these people, and then you kind of jumped on the panel, and these people like Queen and everyone else is getting blamed for this stuff. You know what I mean? And we're now finding out about it, and it's kind of like a lot to find out about. If you catch my drift, we're finding out about, you calling his PO, you calling Betty, recording secretly,
like,
it's TikTok. Homeless, you were undercover in a homeless. It's a lot to find out all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It's a lot shocking, It's pretty shocking.
She was bad.
And I
She
think,
was
like,
grits.
I think I know you're doing this for the right reason, but just like I said, good intentions, road to hell is paved with good intentions. And unfortunately, you jumped on you kind of put Queen and a lot of other people in a bad position, and you also you went real life on on
I'm
these
sorry,
people.
like where
Real life.
and
Like, she's mad because somebody played a video of her that the news took. Okay, let me break that down for you. The news took a video of her crying about Riley. She was so upset about that, but it's okay for her to go after Binocular Bobby. Rules for thee, not for me. The old YouTube saying, how the YouTube saying goes.
the way that
Mhm.
I think maybe the way I don't know the best way to explain this right now. I can't even think clearly. Like I'm happy to just come back and explain myself, and y'all can attack me or ask me questions.
Well, I'm not attacking you. I'm just
I
having a
know.
conversation.
I'm chatting everybody else, but I haven't even really eaten at all today or anything, and my head's pounding, crying, and people can see if that's crying on cue or whatever they want to say. But
No, I believe you're crying. You've taken a lot of, there's a lot of comments. There's a lot of people asking questions on panel. I get you being upset. Do you get others being upset?
yes, I understand that.
Okay. I mean, I don't think I don't personally hate you or anything like that. I'm just shocked to hear I didn't know all these things. And that's partly for me to blame too. I should have, but
well, and the thing, when part of me is I don't know, people view things, I guess, different in terms of I don't know how some people view things real life as is it real life to verify what someone is putting out there and stating? Is that real life? I don't know.
Well, it would be real life
Yes.
to call. It would be real life to call someone's parole officer and possibly get them to jail.
I can see that point of that point, but I'm
well, here, UA, let me put it this way, right? When the email got put out, people started emailing my attorney. Obviously, I'm pissed. They're pissed. I get slapped with the new bill. It causes a wave, right?
Yeah.
And I would hope that if I would have came out and stated that, people would have been as angrily upset, which is why it is upsetting to hear that you did it to Betty. We all dislike her. Understand you had reasons for it, but it simply was not your place.
No, and I'm in a fucking lawsuit with her already, and they want to bring me in a goddamn RICO with her. Melanie, you're up here with us. How are you? Your
I don't know how to turn the camera off.
You're
Oh, they took the video down. I was just like, what the heck's going on? But I was about done anyway. She must have privated it. Oh, I know why. It's not me. You sneaky snake. Oh, I meant to put her thing back in there. She privated it because Brittany's live. Brittany, allegedly with Brittany. So let's see. I guarantee you that's what it was. Yeah. Because she uses her videos a lot. So, okay. Let me see. I wanted to put her channel link into the chat though. But I was about done. But she literally has lied about so much stuff. And it's nothing to lie about. There's, there's no reason for it. There's no reason to call Nick's parole officer. Nick's in Pennsylvania. Physically, he's not hurting anybody. I mean, he's, gives me a headache, but I guess that's kind of physical. But no, I think that there's just, I don't know, there's just a lot of stuff going on in this case that today it was just what? Another thing. I mean, it was a lot. It was a whole lot. So let me go back over here and grab her. Oh, wait, it didn't go to her. Okay, this will be good. I hope I never have hers in nurse either. Oh, grits, I bet. Well, she plays whoever's goes live during the day. That's what she does. She plays their live at night. Or Facebook groups. Usually one or the other. I'll go over and be nosy though. I don't know. It's only 35 minutes in. They might not have really got too much. Mary Beth, you want to hear something about, speaking of Big Macs, it's not really a Big Mac I was going to have, but I went to that, it's called Freddy's. It's like a steak burger place. And I went to Freddy's and I wasn't a big fan the first time I tried it. So I was like, let me give it a try again. One more try. And I always get kids meals wherever I go. Like recently I just started getting kids meals because I don't eat that much, at all. And I'll end up wasting it, or Vincent just has to eat, half the meal because I don't. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, about my meal. So, because I usually don't finish it. So Vincent ordered me a steak burger and he said, can I get a steak burger instead of a cheeseburger? Because I don't like cheese, and he's perfect and he knows what to say. We get home. I didn't check the bags. We were ready to get home. I open up the bag and there is chicken fingers in there. And it wouldn't have been so bad if I wasn't living off of chicken fingers for the last week. I feel like I've been eating Chick-fil-A every day. So I'm just I was like, oh, wow, really? So that's what I had for dinner. One chicken tender. I only wanted one. So when you said Big Mac, that made me really want a Big Mac. I haven't had McDonald's in months either. It's been, whoa. I haven't been there for forever. I know. And then we got Harley Rider in here making everything. I was like, get in the bus. We're going to Harley Rider's house. Me too. Me too, one shot. We're all going to hell. Well, if you had a plan, you would have it planned. There's this really cool thing that you can actually do on your iPhone now. You go up and you go to you have to go to the right corner. See, I'm not that good at it. I'm still learning. But you hit this button and you record, it screen records. It starts screen recording automatically. I don't even have to do anything. I don't have to download an app or anything. That's why if I was going to review somebody, I would always make sure that I screen recorded their video first. I want a burger too, Michael. I'm freaking been wanting a hamburger. Maybe taco or something. I heard the McRib is back. Yeah, that scares me. I've never had that, but I know a lot of people love it. Oh, maybe it'd be better than McDonald's. Yeah. I know. I haven't seen them post anything on X. No cheese on your hamburger too? Yeah, me too. I don't like cheese. I don't like cheese. I'm weird. Like I do on certain things like macaroni and cheese. I like that. But when it comes to cheese on my hamburger, I can't. No, I can't even. It's like people in cotton balls or something, it's like, ugh, it just freaks you out. And I don't know what it is. It's just a little cheese, but even if it's melted. So I remember it was a level 3 snow emergency. I was probably 5 or 6, very young memory. And I always went to McDonald's like once a week. My parents would get me McDonald's like once a week or something, once every 2 weeks, maybe it was. I don't know. But I was always eating it. And my mom, we lived down a hill. So she had to slide down this hill. She got it on her way home from work, this Happy Meal for me. She thought, Tanya will be fed, something easy. It's storming really bad. We're under level 3. We're not even supposed to be out. So she gets home and it had cheese on it. So she tried to get sneaky mom. She tried to get the cheese off. This was back before they just slapped it on there and they didn't like actually melt it. So it was a little bit melted on there. And I could tell as soon as I tasted it, I was not a happy camper. And I was 5. So blame little 5-year-old Tanya for this. But my mom ended up driving back to the McDonald's. It was a good 10-minute drive in the level 3 snow emergency just so I could have my hamburger. God, I love my mom. She was a good one. She was a real one, Taco Bell has chicken nuggets. I might have to try that. I do like chicken nuggets. Cheese on meat. Yeah. My dad once made a, he thought he was Emerald, the guy Emerald. He thought he was him for a while. My dad was, what's it called? Laid off from work. So he had a job and he was laid off for like 3 months. All he did was cook. My mom was like, someone's got to get him like back to work. Like we got to get him back to work. He's got to get out of my kitchen. He made like a, what was it? A meatloaf one time. The dogs wouldn't even eat it. It had cheese and like egg. And I think broccoli was in it. I ain't eating that. I had the best dreaming of blue skies. I really did. I miss my mom too, Michael. I do too. She was the best. And it sucks because when you're older, that's when you're old enough to tell them like that, like, thank you. Like, that's all I want to say to her. Just thank you. That's all. I'm really not going to be all night. I know moms are the best. Eggs and breadcrumbs go in meatloaf. Maybe that's what he was trying to do, but yeah, he put cheese in there. Yeah, it was pretty gross. The dogs wouldn't eat it. Like I'm like, when I say the dogs wouldn't eat it, So Trixie, that's Vincent. Vincent does all the cooking. He does it all. And I cook maybe once a season. You haven't had fast food in about 14 years? Wow. You're probably one of the healthiest people. Wow, 14 years. I wish I could do that. I eat out every day. What we're going to do is we're going to start getting like those meals that come to you, I think, that are like pre-planned. Because what happens is like, I'll go to the grocery and I'll buy a whole bunch of stuff and then we'll pull it out to make it. And then we don't make it that one night. And then the next night I'm like, is it still good? And then I get weird about stuff. So this would be all planned out for us. Me too, one shot. Oh, that's That's what grits means? Like, oh, I like that. Ooh, cucumber sandwiches. Hello Freshes. Okay, I'll let Vincent know because, man, now I'm going to get that steak and egg McDonald's breakfast sandwich tomorrow. I know, now I kind of want McDonald's. Oh, we are supposed to get snow. It's supposed to start snowing here at midnight. That's what it said anyway. I guess Jay-Z won his lawsuit today. So I'll have to look up that. We'll have to go over that. It looks like it's starting here at 3 a.m., but it's only 30% chance, and that's it. Friday, 95% chance of snow tomorrow. I hate this. I hate being cold. It's not the coldness, it's the metal. It's one of those things. It's not me. It's me. It's like one of those things, Like as soon as like the other day it was raining and it was like a snowy mix. And as soon as I woke up, I was like, Vincent, is it raining? And he looked out the window and he's like, yeah. And I was like, I can feel it. Like you can really feel it. Utah is getting snow all weekend. Wow. Yes. Email me some. Yep. TitaniumBuilt@gmail.com is my email. Yeah. Thousand Island. And I forget what else they put in there, like onion or something. I don't know what else they put in there. The cold hurts my bones too. That's me. I don't eat cheeseburgers, but I'll eat mac and cheese. And I'll eat like nachos and cheese. That's like it. You want to go snow tubing? Mary Beth, that sounds like a... Did you see me flying through the air? That's all I saw. That's all I pictured right there. Mary Beth, you look like you would glide gracefully. I look like I would probably fly in the air. Right, Grits? I'm 39 and my bones are like... Phew. And I'm all like, you're metal now. I mean, I guess it's better than bone, right? If it's metal. I don't know. I need a better instruction manual for my new body over the last 10 years. You think you'd have it down, but you don't. You don't have it down. But I do get my new prosthetic eye on Monday. So I'm counting down those days. They have it made. They called me today. So it'll be this one here. So they made it and she called me today and she just confirmed my appointment. And I was like, I will be there. I was like, the only reason why I'm having you keep it and not send it to me and have me do it myself is because I'm afraid to do it myself. Since I've had surgery, it might be too tight. I don't like to do it. So. Well, thank you, Trixie. I appreciate that. Yeah, McDonald's don't have the greatest cheese. It's like the Kraft Singles spinal bifida. Oh, see, I know I have nerve damage. They did test on me. I don't know if those people. He must have been drunk looking over this because he's like, Tester, they appear fine. I'm like, no, there's something wrong. Like when you've had bone come out of your skin, and that's graphic, but like. Things like that. You're going to have nerve damage. But mine is so good though. It's so weird. I don't have as much as I should. Thank you. It'll go great. Yeah, it'll go great. They'll just put it in there. They'll just make sure that it looks like symmetrical, and then they'll send me out. They're really cool. And the one thing about being in a car accident and losing your eye is that they could do everything through your eye for your face. So you don't have scars. So that's like the one good thing. Born in Kentucky, raised in Alabama. Wow. I'm from Ohio. And we won the Sugar Bowl. Was it Sugar Bowl yesterday? Vincent was watching it. He was all excited. All right, day before yesterday. I think it was. I can't remember. Day before yesterday, maybe. I know I took a day off this week, so that's why I'm like, I'm not sure. But my phone is telling me that it's time for me to go to bed. That's what it's literally like. It's time for you to go to bed. But I've been on here for 2 hours and 28 minutes. I can't believe it's been that long. But thank you guys for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. Appreciate you so much. I'll be back on tomorrow during the day. We'll do a day live. If it's not on this channel, it'll be on the second channel, but I'll make sure that there's a link and everything on the community page to go over there. But we'll probably just do it on this channel as well. So I will see you guys all tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Lock your doors, lock your windows, all that stuff. Bye, guys.